All right, we're making a stop at 6 Mile Canyon to do some BLM camping tonight. We got some friends along the way that were joining us. They're gonna roam with us. Hey guys. Oh, they're pretty curious. Hey everyone, just wanted to give you an update. I'm in New Mexico, about 20 miles east of Gallup in the National Forest, camping one last night out in the middle of nowhere all by myself, boondocking in my Tab 320, making my way to Quartzsite for the winter, where I'm going to set up shop and basically just park my camper. And the plan is to take the R1T and my rooftop tent to various locations around the area. Not necessarily Quartzsite, but like as an example, go to Joshua Tree for a weekend camping trip, whatnot, while my camper's parked, and then I can base camp and, you know, meet fellow nomads and whatnot. When I first hit the road on June 30th, I headed to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I did a 1-month Lake Superior Circle tour, which was incredible. It was epic. It was just pure heaven, peaceful. And after putting my career on pause, I guess, or just after leaving my career behind and starting this nomadic life, basically to spread awareness about electric vehicles and sustainability and the capabilities of today's modern technology and all those things, that was like the plan. And then after I completed the Lake Superior Circle tour, I was in northern Michigan outside of Grayling for a couple of weeks. And I had a health issue, and that health issue was related to my heart. And so I had to like basically cancel and postpone travel plans that I had basically from middle of August through October. And now we're here at the end of October, and I've finally got the medical clearance. My doctor said I'm good to go. I'm back on the road now, and I left 6 days ago to make my way from Michigan, and I stopped in Normal, Illinois a couple days later to meet up with some of my Rivian friends. And then I stopped in St. Louis the following day to meet up with my brother and his family, and just go out to dinner with them. And then ever since then, from that point, it was go, go, go. Basically making my way all the way through Missouri, through Oklahoma, where I lot docked at a Walmart in Weatherford, Oklahoma, where they had an Electrify America charging station there. I was able to charge and basically pull around and sleep for the night. That was good. I got up in the morning and I hit the road, made my way through Amarillo off of I-40 and made it to Mariota, New Mexico at a nice brewery. Got there right at sunset, had some beer, got up early, nice sunrise, and then I made good time going through Albuquerque, whatnot. It was something like where I really want to go to Winslow, Arizona, and I want to go to the Petrified National Forest. So from that point, I'm going to go basically to Winslow and then the Petrified National Monument, and then also go to Sedona for some days, and then maybe Lake Havasu, and then off to Quartzsite. And I plan on being Quartzsite till end of January after the big show, and then moving on probably to Imperial Dam or whatnot. But basically just want to say I'm back. I'm excited. As you can see, you got this nice scenery on the National Forest in New Mexico. This is 6 Mile Canyon. It's very peaceful. I haven't seen anyone else out here other than some ranchers, and the sights have been pretty good. A couple of them, there was some garbage, but not horrible, like cigarette butts and some cardboard boxes. Someone left a can of fuel at one of the spots. So definitely leave no trace, guys. That's something that we really need to take care of the land. And you know, it's not our responsibility to clean up after each other. Just clean up after yourself. Like, come on. We all, but part of that is, one of the things I wanted to touch on though is, you know, really just trying to bring people together through adventure travel is something that came out of the Lake Superior Circle Tour. Deuce Roams is now a nonprofit corporation registered through the state of Michigan. However, we're still pending 501c3 status and approval from the IRS. So with that said, it's kind of on the back burner, letting that process go through. And then once we get the approval, it's going to be full force, and it's going to be a lot of good that we're going to be bringing to the world. Really just want to help others explore the nomadic lifestyle or adventure travel and just the overall love of outdoors. And there's a lot of people that can't, that they're not able to go out and explore, whether it's hiking or biking, backpacking, camping, you name it. You know, there's so many things, but there's people that are disabled. There's people that are just having financial hardships. They're not able to, or some people maybe have the means, but they just don't know how. And that's what Deuce Roams is all about, is bringing people together to roam free and explore more, but also spreading the good vibes, because we're all about just good vibes only. You know, I don't have any time for any of the bullshit. None of us do. Really, you know, if this can't bring people together, I don't know what can. So no one's going to wreck my high, kick me off my cloud, but I'm definitely going to be out there and exploring and just looking to meet new people. And yeah, if you see me, feel free to say hi. You know, I am more than willing to, you know, talk about my setup, my rig, my truck, you know, how I travel with an electric truck, pulling a camper, and how I'm living in like a minimalist lifestyle. You know, I gave a multi six-figure salary to go live this lifestyle, and basically living up, my goal is to try and, you know, live as cheaply as possible so that I can go as long as possible, because I really don't have enough saved away, or I don't have enough investments to last me until I'm 62, where I could collect Social Security. But I'm looking for ways to do that in a creative way, because I do like the lifestyle. It's more freeing, waking up knowing that, like, here's what I want to do. I want to go hike Cathedral Rock. You know, I'm going to cook a nice breakfast. Some days it's just setting up camp and relaxing, then, you know, working on your setup, modifying your rig, just working for improvements. Because there's a lot of things, like in the last 4 months since I've been doing this, it's been almost 4 months, not quite. I think this coming week will be exactly 4 months, but you know, there's a lot of things you start one way, you have in your head, it's going to go a certain way, but it doesn't always go as planned. It's life, right? That's how things are. So you kind of learn and you play. I'm still adapting. I'm still like exploring, like inside. I'll give you an example. Inside my camper, how I sleep, my sleeping setup. I played around probably 6 different combinations to just get the best feel. And the thing that I've been focusing on lately is trying to minimize the amount of time it takes me to break camp and to set up camp. So by doing that, I'm thinking of, how do I set up the inside of my camper in a way that's efficient, especially when I'm going from site to site exploring. Like an example, I've been doing a different site every night. So that means I've been staying hitched. So I got the inside set up in a way that it's pretty effective, that I can, you know, I can break camp and be on the road in less than 30 minutes from the time I wake up. And that's where I wanted to be, versus a couple hours. If I unhitch, it's at least 2 hours, and then probably, you know, it could be as much as 4 if I have like a full camp setup. But as example, today I leveled up on some blocks, but I'm hitched, so my camper is level. I got my solar panels out, hooked up to my EcoFlow, running shore power to the camper, just so that I don't run into any issues overnight. But I also have my Starlink going for high-speed internet. I had, I think, 1 or 2 bars of 5G at this spot, and I've been doing that the last few nights, but it was better signal the last couple nights. For instance, in Marioti, it was like 5 bars of 5G. It was really fast. I was able to watch football, whatnot. One thing that's an adjustment too is traveling at the end of October versus the end of June. You know, the end of June is summer solstice, which you have the most amount of daylight, which means you have a ton of time to get from one place to the next. And I try to keep it where I'm traveling during the daylight hours and not nighttime. I have in the last week, I've gone twice into the dark, but I try to avoid that because you can't really see everything that's going on. But if something comes loose and blows away or whatnot, so it's very important to me that we do that. So I try to travel during daylight hours to get to places before it gets dark. And last night I got there right at sunset, was able to set up. The brewery closed at 7 p.m. Last call was at 6:30. So I was able to get in at like 6:25, get some beer, check in. That was my first time doing a harvest hole, so it was pretty cool. But from that point, I toured around the National Forest Road for a couple hours, checking out the spots and seeing which ones were the most successful, whatnot. So yeah, just having a great time. But as far as, getting to the spots tomorrow, I'm checking into a state park in Arizona outside of Winslow. I'll be there for 2 nights. So I'll be managing when I leave here to when the check-in time is there. And maybe I'll hit Petrified on the way there or not. So, but yeah, um, seeing as that we have like 10, 11 hours of daylight, definitely got to be more efficient with how long it's going to take to break camp, set up camp, travel, charge, get groceries, everything else you need to do. But anyways, looking forward to seeing you on Quartzsite. Starting the good vibes. We're going to be waving the Deuce Rome's flag. You guys will see it. We're going to be providing free guest Wi-Fi for Deuce Rome's if you're going to be staying near me in Quartzsite. I'll have a location at some point once I'm settled in. But catch y'all later. And remember, roam free, explore more, and keep spreading the good vibes, because it's good vibes only, guys. Peace.